Welcome, guys, gals, gays, and theys, to another Hangout Quest podcast. I'm here with your host, Alex.
Hello, I'm the host.
Today we're talking about Genshin again. Yay!
Woohoo! Yeah.
Okay, you have to take it back over now. I can't.
Okay,
I can't host the whole podcast. Yeah, I don't. I don't want to do that.
I'll get back to it. So the Natlan teaser came out. That's the big thing that just happened. It's huge. We love it. So many new characters. What I am excited about. Well, okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What did you think about the what did you think about the teaser? What's your initial thoughts? Are you hyped? Are you not hyped? What's going on here?
I feel medium. I was really excited by the music. I thought it was a banger.
Yeah, I think so. And I agree.
I'm excited to explore Natlan because it looks really beautiful and colorful. I know a lot of people were expecting it to be the fire zone and like volcanoes and lava and destruction and death or something.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that it's not that.
Hey, you were really worried it was going to be a desert.
I was so worried that it was going to be a desert. More desert, or just more like wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very happy. It looks colorful and beautiful and like it should, you know.
Yeah.
There might still be some lava zones, which I'm not looking forward to. But I just don't know characters, because this was like a character reveal teaser.
Yeah,
really.
It really was mostly just characters. There wasn't a whole lot of landscapes and stuff. It was pretty much just we got that like arena thing.
Oh yeah. I could be excited for that, possibly.
Are you a big tournament arc fan? In like anime and stuff like that. I don't know where all do tournaments show up at.
I don't know. I like relay races. Cooking tournaments.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, relay races, school sports day, cooking tournaments. I'm not like a shonen anime girl.
Yeah.
Tournaments give me sad flashbacks to all the Dragon Ball Z that I've watched.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
So yeah, I'm not.
Maybe not super hyped on the tournaments.
The tournament, it's not my favorite. Maybe if there's like lots of different kinds of events and it's not all fighting, that could be something.
Well, it's being represented by a little ball, so hopefully there's some fun games in there. We'll see.
We'll see. I would love for there to be some fun games and different things, but I was really down for the TCG tournament event until that wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I really liked the Archon tournament, so
yeah,
maybe.
You're right. After you reminded me about those two tournaments, that makes me a lot more. Honestly, that makes me a lot more excited for it, dude. The Archon and the TCG King event was like super sick. I like that stuff, so that was fun.
Yeah, I remain disappointed that there was not a final card bout between all of the regional winners.
Yeah, we just all accepted that Sino won, which, to be fair, that's fair, but
that's what was gonna happen. But I would have liked to see all those characters together in a space for Sino to win.
I at least wanted to see Timmy in the next round. Like it's great that Timmy beat everyone in Mondstadt, and then I wanted to see him, compete.
Yeah, I wanted, frankly, to see Timmy like beat one of the other named characters from one of the other regions.
Yeah, like it's great that he beat Kaya. That's fun. But it would be really cool to see him in the semifinals. Like if it was Sino and Timmy in the end, and then Sino and Timmy had an epic battle, and Sino won, but Sino
would honestly be so sick.
Yeah, that would be great.
I would love that. So I was disappointed by that, but I liked the 2 tournaments that Genshin has put on in the time that I've been playing. So I'm gonna give benefit of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm not currently really very hyped on any of the characters that were revealed to us. Sitlali.
Yeah, Sitlali.
Sitlali. Pink hair, voiced by March 7th, is promising. And I'm hoping the badass looking bitch with the red and purple hair is cool, because she seems cool. But I don't have a lot of hope for anybody else currently.
Yeah. And we didn't get a lot of personality from these things other than Sitlali. She kind of showed some personality, but the rest of them were not very expressive with their invite to the tournament.
I have to disagree in that the opening Lolly and opening Chibi, I think she's probably a water girl, and the
shark girl, and
then the small one had a lot of personality. I just am not interested personally.
Yeah, that's fair. I liked it whenever I didn't mind their intro. What do you think? One of the things I'm interested in. Do you think that this shark girl, the water character from the very beginning, is a 5-star or a 4-star? What do you think?
I think she's a 4-star. I think she's going to fill the Kale role from Sumeru in Natlan, because they've already teased her a lot. I think that both her and the little blonde chibi girl are going to be 4 stars.
Just big.
I'm probably wrong, but they give 4-star energy to me.
I see. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that at least for I don't, who knows with these chibi characters, but I feel like the shark girl might be a 5-star, but I don't really know.
Could be. She's another freaking hydro catalyst. So
is she a catalyst? Do we know that?
I don't. I'm just guessing, because we haven't seen any kinds of weapons, and she was doing some like magic-y looking stuff in the last trailer. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what she was up to in the last trailer, other than riding a shark.
I think my bet is she's another hydro catalyst, and she's a 4-star.
Fair enough. I hope you're right, honestly. I hope she's a 4-star, because she'd be a really cool 4-star. I don't know how I feel about this the Dendro guy, the dude of that trio, the shark girl, the chibi, and the dude. He's kind of cool. I don't know.
Pixel guy. Yeah, he just seems like he's in the wrong game.
Yeah, and
he's a Kingdom Hearts character.
On that note, I'd say a lot of these characters kind of seem like they're in the wrong game, respectfully. Let's
he has like a pixel dragon. I don't
know what that pixel dragon thing is about, dude. The Dragon
Lord. Of all
Lord.
The characters, yeah, he's definitely in the wrong game. He's aware that he's in a video game, and that's disconcerting.
I guess before we move on to the Archon, I guess I want to throw my hat in the ring with you. Like, Sitlali is my favorite as well, for sure. I'm super interested in her. I think she's my favorite from the trailer. And I also agree that Chaska, the red Clorand, is definitely a character I'm interested in.
With claws.
Yes.
Not real claws. With sharp fingernails and a cool glove.
Yeah. I noticed like Sitlali, Chaska, and the Dia wannabe all have like painted nails. And that's pretty cool. I really like the painted nail stuff. And there's not it's not like a big thing in Genshin. Not a whole lot of characters have painted nails. It's just an interesting thing I've seen.
Yeah, we have done this science before.
We did the science.
There are just a few.
Yeah.
But it seems like Natlan is really colorful. So I'm expecting characters from Natlan to have a lot of style and a lot of personality and a lot of color. So I mean, it seems like kind of everyone's wearing gloves except for the ones that we can see their nails are painted. So I'm expecting more earrings and necklaces and nail paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is great. Super exciting. And yeah. So those are the characters I'm interested in so far. The two, and they're both cryo. The Red Clorand and Sitlali are both cryo characters.
Oh, she's cryo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We love it.
Rosaria Clorand. I could really get behind that.
Yeah, it's pretty hype. So, and I just want to say, I'm also happy for all of the edgy animo boy enjoyers out there. You know, we've got Wanderer and Zhao, and it looks like Auroran, I don't know, is going to join the ranks of the edgy animo boys, and I love that for them. And it looks like he has a little animal ear in there, so now the animo boys will have their furry entry.
Animal boys.
Yeah, that's great. Good for them. Let's move on.
Gio's getting... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Gio is getting another furry character.
True.
Because we've got Goro already, the furriest of all.
We do have Goro. You're right. Yeah, the Dia wannabe she's coming in strong. I'm interested. You know, we'll see. You know, I don't know how to feel about her. I don't know if I'm jealous, if I'm mad. I'm defensive. I love Dia. Dia's my favorite character, and she's coming in on that territory, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what
Well, I think, and I know I was teasing you about this morning, but I do think we're just pitting women against each other by making them compete. You can like both of them.
Yeah. Maybe I just have to accept that they're both great. We'll see. She's
just also your type. Your type is underrepresented in Genshin. And now you've got a second one and you're mad about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Also, my big... We'll see about the... I'm very scared about her being a tired, overworked waifu. Her 4 seconds on screen where her catching the ball and like yawning and tossing it away. Like, if she is an overworked waifu, that is a death sentence for me. But I don't know, man. As long as it's not it'd be. I'm open-hearted. I want to be open-hearted to the other possibilities.
What if instead she's a lazy diva?
Well, that's fine. That's great. And honestly, you know, I'm being, you know, a little unreasonable here. She is a cat character, and cats like their cat naps and are lazy. So, you know, maybe she is a lazy diva.
She's taking a nap in a sunbeam with her perfect hair and her painted nails, and doesn't want to be bothered about this tournament. I don't see her being someone who works over much at all, and I'm gonna keep that hope alive for a while longer.
Yeah, that's a good point. And there's a big difference, you know, like I don't mind like Lisa. She's pretty dope and she's lazy. So yeah. That's great. You're right.
She's just a lazy horn dog. She's not so much a diva.
Yeah. There's definitely room. There's definitely possibilities for Blonde Dia to be. You're right. I need to be more positive about this. I don't know. I'm defensive. Okay. I don't know what this is. I'm just not ready for all the people that are going to be attacking Dia. like if this shit comes out and she's like really good, and like people are going to be so mean to Dia, and that's just, I don't know. That's
they
funny.
are.
It's funny, but you know, I need to be a little more lighthearted about it. You're right.
It is definitely going to be a Dia Who situation.
Yeah,
and I hate that for you.
You're right, though. She can join the ranks of the characters I'm interested in here. At least, you know, we want to learn more about her. I'm excited for her. And I mean, I'm excited for the Geo wanters out there. You know, Geo's got to be. Yeah. We gotta.
I could have an all Geo team if my cards get played correctly.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I wonder When
Rex Navia Chiori and just like a spot waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not that I have my Chiori yet.
What kind of character this is going to be? I wonder.
Hopefully a good one.
Yeah. That is the hope. All right.
We'd like them all to be good, please.
That'd be wonderful. Let's talk about the Archon now. What what are your thoughts on the Archon? Her outfit specifically, what's going on? Do you like the biker girl get up or not? What's your take?
Okay. So I have a problem. And it's that on paper, if you told me tall, redhead biker chick, heel to toe or head to toe leather, I would be groveling at her feet already. But when I saw her, when I had the reveal, I was like, oh no, this kind of isn't it. And I don't understand why. I mean, she is closer to original Himiko from Honkai Impact 3rd than to Star Rail Himiko. Mm-hmm. But Star Rail Himiko is way hotter than
Clearly.
Both leather versions of Himiko.
Yeah.
And I'm just having a hard time squaring that circle because she is everything on paper that I always ask for.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm upset that I'm not happy about it. I don't know.
Yeah. It really, it's a really good way to put it because it's like, yeah, Genshin's kind of like, what, you don't want this like leather clad Dami mommy? Like, what, you're mad about that? And it's like, well, no, of course not. Right. I'm not mad about that. Right. I don't know what's,
I don't, it may be the case that, this has been the case with a few characters that their in character or in game model is prettier and better than their like splash art or animation model. I'm pretty sure this is the case for Auntie Yoon.
Yeah, I agree. Auntie Yoon is she's got a very pretty in-game model. I think you're right there.
Her in-game model fucking slaps, and I think where that's also like a one piece. That's like also like a head to toe leather sort of situation. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful that in game this will be. Of course, I want this. How could I not want this? But I just and maybe it's that she dropped on the heels of Jade, and I just Star Rail Jade.
Star Rail.
My
Jade.
world is upside down right now.
She has that effect. she's eclipsing all other waifus. That's just. I think one of the I agree with pretty much that whole take. It's like I like her. She's obvious. I'm not a complete moron. You know, that's a fun outfit that she's got. It's cool, but it's just not like it's not very. It's not very Natlan to me, you know, like it doesn't feel like some sort of different region, you know, it doesn't seem like a Mesopotamia or, you know, South America, whatever culture they're trying to copy here. It's like, that's not.
Or the conglomerate of cultures.
Yeah. Any conglomeration of culture other than maybe Rockstar and Biker Girl. Like that's the conglomeration that we've got going on here. Not any sort of ancient culture.
Yeah, I agree with that. If she were like a Beto type character, if she were like not necessarily tied to any given region,
but she's the Archon of this region. She should be a lot more.
I think I would be bowing at her feet, but she doesn't match any of. I'm like looking at a little picture of all the characters right now, and she doesn't fit the vibe at all that everyone else is fitting.
She's got like red, like her leather has like the kind of cool like symbols imprinted on it, which is cool. But it's just not. It's just not the same thing as like the Dia. Like the Dia character's outfit is awesome. It looks a little bit like maybe it should be in Sumeru, but at least it looks it looks
maybe she's from Sumeru. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe she is.
They all have like a very like South American, or it at least gives to me like South American or like native peoples from that region kind of vibes. They've got the symbols, they've got like, there's like Aztec stuff, and there's like feathers, and Kinich reminds me very much of like that Aztec or the Mayan stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. There's just like, there's a bent to it. And I love the bent to it. I think it's a really beautiful flavor. I do think, which is a wide criticism, the fan art is all, here's all the characters, but what if they had some melanin? I do think they're all very white, but...
Yeah, but we knew that was coming. That's,
we knew that was coming.
I kind of expected different like this fashion choice here is a little unexpected for me. I knew the other stuff was gonna happen.
Yeah, is Australia looped in with the regional inspiration?
Know, maybe.
I feel like the shark girl and the girl that drives a land vehicle both hit me in a very like, it seems very like Australian.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah. Because like you said, I mean, it's usually a conglomeration of all sorts of...
Yeah, it's like, Fontaine is France and Italy and England, and, Mondstadt is like German and Dutch and Swiss, and they all pull, wide sort of inspiration.
Right, yeah. Which is cool, I think that's a great way to do it. I'm actually pretty proud of the Reddit community right now, because I was doing some poking around, and I was expecting, you know what you expect on Reddit, a lot of extreme opinions, but I saw like on r/Genshin official, like people are being there's a lot of mild criticism, which is interesting to me. Like there's a lot more people that have like our take that you just described. There's a lot of people that had that and were very civil about it in the comments on the Archon. Like, oh yeah, she's pretty. I like her, but I have the outfit's not. It's anachronistic. It's it looks like if she was a Star Rail character, it'd be fine. Stuff like that.
She does look like a Star Rail character.
Yeah, and just like tons and tons of people are like that. Like basically comments on the Archon ranged from I love her to mild criticism. I didn't see a lot of hate, and I didn't see a lot of like wild. Like she's perfect and everyone who's criticizing her is wrong. Like
wild
stuff.
Defense.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I was not expecting it to be so civil, and I like it. I'm glad that it is, because I feel like that's I feel obviously that's the way I feel. So I'm glad that other people feel the way I feel. But because I'm right, I always am. So it's good that the community agrees with me.
Yeah, I'm with you. The criticism I've been seeing most is about how white everyone is, because they have, like 3 skin tones that they came out with other than just Genshin tone. But they're all just like one shade up each one.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, Cheska, your Latina girlfriend, right? She looks Latina, right?
Right. It's interesting. It's interesting, especially not off the heels, I guess, but like, not that Star Rail has any people of color like playable characters, but they do have POC NPCs. So like in Penacony, they're like all over the place. So that is interesting. It's interesting that they have acknowledged that they exist, but they haven't made up any playable characters yet.
Right. Well, in Genshin, a little bit more at fault here, I feel, is like in Sumeru, we had all of the people who lived in the desert. And like basically all of them were coded POC. And they're like, well, I guess we can give you Candace and I guess we can give you Dia. But also both of those characters are hard to play. I know that we both love both of those characters, but they didn't make sure that those characters had strong kids.
I'd say I would also point out Sino, though, and he's pretty playable.
Also Sino. Sino's great. That's right. I forget Sino.
Well, everyone does. Respectfully, so respectfully. We
so
love
respectfully.
Sino.
We love you, Sino. We love you, Sino.
But that's just to the point. One of the best characters with tan skin is Sino.
And very loved characters. I would say I know that Dia gets a lot of flack for her play style, but it's because people were so excited about her.
She's got a lot of diehard fans still too. So.
Yeah. So they have had a lot of success with giving us something other than, Genshin tone characters. And then they go to a region where they're like, the majority of the populations in these regions that we're pulling from are not as white as Genshin characters. Obviously, there's diversity everywhere. Yes. But if you're specifically saying we are going to regions of the earth predominantly populated by people who do not look like this, but here are all the characters, and the vast majority of the characters we're giving you don't look like the people from the regions we're pulling from. And the ones who do barely do. Yeah.
It's a little upsetting. I don't know. What, it's sad, but honestly expected at this point.
It's expected. I get it. We didn't get a single POC coded Fontanian character.
True.
Like, I would like to see a lot more diversity in the game in general. But I think they've gotten good response with the characters where they have given us a little something. And it should have given them confidence to lean into that. And I'm just disappointed in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if I expect it to ever change, really, in Genshin. I kind of expect it to change in Star Rail. Just because it seems like, I don't know, I just see more positive signs over there that, like, maybe they'll be the first to do it, and then, if that goes well, then maybe Genshin will do it, or something.
Like, theoretically, I guess, yeah, but as we have stated, there are POC-coded characters littering the Star Rail universe. They're all over the place, and that's great. But there's not a playable POC-coded character.
Not yet.
Everybody that we get is, Star Rail colored.
Star Rail colored.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we're getting our first Foxian, and I feel like diversity, yes, good, but come on, Genshin. Or I'm sorry, come on, Hoyoverse. Sure.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm just, at least we've got boy characters, dude. That's, they already made their big jump. That's they added boys to this game after Honkai Impact 3rd. So, I don't know.
There was Welt in that or something. I think Welt.
Yeah, they put Welt in there, and the staff had to not make him playable because they were all getting death threats. So that's I want to point out the dragons before we move on. Where are the dragons? Haven't seen any good dragons yet. There's there's a giant dragon. There's a giant origami dragon in the trailer for like the origami summer trailer, like summer event.
That's true.
And it's like, is that the coolest dragon we're gonna see? Like, like what's going on here?
No, there's got to be dragons.
There's got to be dragons. It's just that, like, so the Archon is like Phoenix stuff, So it's like
Phoenix coded.
But which honestly, I get it. Phoenixes are cool too, but like it's the land of the dragons. I do kind of feel like maybe the Archon should have been more dragon themed, and we should have had a different Phoenix character. But whatever. That's beside the point.
She's probably not, because dragons in Genshin also come with lore.
A little bit of baggage. Yeah, that's true.
Baggage. She's probably not. She's the Archon. She's not the great dragon of Natlan. So we're going to have to find out what happened to the Natlan dragon.
But like, Archons sometimes are friends with their dragons, like
maybe
Jean
she
Lee
is.
And Venti. Yeah, you're right. Maybe she is. That reminds me, how do you feel?
Wait, who's Zhongli's dragon? Because the great dragon of the region is not Ajdaha.
Is he? Well, yeah, he's not the. I don't think Dvalin is either. Is Dvalin's not the the sovereign of wind? No,
he's one of the four winds. I don't know if there were four dragon sovereigns in Mondstadt, like four minor deities there.
I don't know I don't know what the sovereign was before.
I'm not sure they knew that was a thing they were going to have to explain when they made Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that Sumeru was the first one. Sumeru and Fontaine kind of landed on dragon sovereigns, and then I think you're right. I think that they were a little confused about dragon sovereigns with Mondstadt and Liyue and Inazuma, because I'm pretty sure that the Inazuma lore is that like Makoto and the dragon she killed whenever she cut that island in half were like fighting over who gets to be the god or whatever. I don't think that she killed. I don't think that dragon she killed.
That wasn't the dragon sovereign.
I don't think it was.
That was the god of the Sarai Islands, but that was more Archon War stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just pointing to that as an example of where where is the Electro Sovereign? I don't know if they have an answer to that. I think that they were just thinking every region has to have a dragon, and then when Sumeru rolled around, they landed on the way we're gonna go forward is there's a sovereign and an Archon, and that's what we're
right. I
that's
think
what we're gonna do from now on.
They probably by that point were starting to flesh out more of the in-game Celestia stuff. Because it's clear we're going to have to fight Celestia. And they were like, okay, well, if we're saying Celestia gave all the Archons their seats of power, how did they do that? Okay, well, we already have this dragon thing going on. Maybe they cast down the dragons and installed the thrones. Yeah, let's do that. Let's introduce that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, we could be literally wrong because this is all written down somewhere, but practically speaking in the game, this is the thing we've gotten, and I think that's more important than if there's a light novel out there that explains how we're wrong, respectfully.
Yeah, well, we know that Genshin is a game that is being written as it's being released, right? So with anything, I mean, this happens to book series as well. There's maybe an outline at the start, but as you flesh out each of those installations, each of those chapters, each of those volumes, the end goal kind of shifts and changes because the story evolves under your hands. So it probably, in my opinion, was one of these changes where they needed something and they wrote that thing in and they hope you don't notice.
Yeah. And I mean, now we've landed on something that people really like. I think that everyone in the community is pretty on board with the sovereign Archon dynamic. we can just thank Neuvillette and Farina for that. But, because Nahida and her Sovereign Dragon were kind of cool, but it's like, I don't think that was like, that's not a fan favorite of any kind,
No. Well, and the story
said,
doesn't revolve around that. That's like an additional installation in her second story quest, I want to say.
It is in her second story quest, I believe. And I really like that dragon. I think it's cool. I think that the Sumeru Sovereign Dragon is the coolest, like, it's the very cool thing in the game. Like, it's, the thing is enormous and awesome. Like, it's really cool. I like the Dendro Sovereign Dragon.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's mad. Like, he's very different than Neuvillette. And I think that's cool. I think it's a really good thing. Like, I like the difference between him and Neuvillette.
It's so floppy, and I love that it's like, yeah, save my life, yeah, restore me, but I still hate you, and we're not friends.
Yeah, and the floppy dragon is not the sovereign. There's like no. I know that's like the corruption in the sovereign dragon's heart or something. But we're inside the sovereign dragon when we fight the floppy dragon.
Yeah, I know that. But it's not the floppy dragon that tells us he hates us even if we save him. That's the That's the dragon. I just like the big dragon. The fight is cool because he's so floppy and shit.
See. Okay, I'm sorry. I my bad.
You're good. You're good.
The fight is cool. I love the floppy dragon. That's the floppy dragon is fun. I like it. I just also like the hulking dragon that's like in the storm or whatever, inside the sandstorm.
Yeah, the big giant dragon. Yeah, he is cool. Cool. He's cool. And I like that he is realistically like, you stand for everything I hate. You can help me, but we're not friends. I just feel like I agree. For Genshin is a big take or a big swing that the power of friendship didn't solve it.
It really is. You're right. That definitely touches on some of the reasons we like Dia so much. The idea that the Nahida of all people came to this guy and said, "Hey, I'm sorry. Will you forgive me?" And he's just like, "No, no, absolutely not." And it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if we need to go into this huge lore thing, but like, I think it is interesting that like the difference between Nahida and Focalors. What you said a long time ago, whenever we were talking about this, has stuck with me about how like it's really, really, really cool that the God of Justice is the first one we meet that is willing. It didn't even occur to Nahida or any of the other Archons, or maybe it did occur to them, but they never entertained the idea of it is unfair that I stole this power from the Sovereign. And I'm going to give it back to him because that's restorative justice. Like, no, like, I think that that's cool. That the God of Justice is the one that we see that comes up with the idea of restoring her power, restoring the power back to the Sovereign. Yeah, it does something that is just convenient and a little bit, suspiciously convenient and self-serving to force Neuvillette to spend a lot of time with the humans. Or, like, it was convenient that it took that long for the plan. But at least she did have that plan, which is way more than any of the other Archons can say. Even like Nahida, who's supposed to be super nice. She met the Dragon Archon, or the Dragon Sovereign, and he's mad about what Nahida did, or, what Nahida represents. And Nahida, the nicest Archon, doesn't get it, She's not trying to give her power back to the Sovereign. It would be unwise. It would be. To be fair, it would be unwise. If you gave power back to that guy, he would kill all the humans. So, So, like, even restoring him probably was a little unwise. And I think it was a show of how nice Nahida is and how much she is caring that she helped him. But she's the god of wisdom, and it would have been deeply unwise, and all of her people would have died if she went, well, this is unjust, and I'm going to give you back all of your power without acclimating you to the idea that humans also have a right to life. Yeah, that the dangerous sovereign is definitely the criminal that's like, yeah, if you let me out of jail, the first thing I'll do is kill again.
Yeah, like I'm gonna murder everyone who got me here if you let me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. I really like it. I think a lot about how cool it is that the God of Justice, had that plan. I think it's really cool and fitting. Anyway.
Yeah, what is Haimiko? I'm not gonna learn her real name probably. What is she the god of?
I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I don't know.
I know that people talk about war and Natlan. I don't know that she's the Archon of war though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because I think that's supposed to be Zhang Li, right? I don't know.
Well, he's the warrior Archon, but he's the Archon of order.
Oh, that's fair.
Right? It's bad, freedom, yeah. Order, eternity? No. What's her actual thing?
Like I don't know.
Archon.
I thought yeah, I don't know, dude. You're gonna have the
yeah, I don't know the answer to what
Nahida's wisdom.
Nahida is wisdom. It can't be eternity. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, they used eternity in a really weird way over there in Inazuma, so...
That's true. Yeah, she's the god of eternity. I did the Googles. Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
It's a weird, maybe, translation issue, kind of, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's, an idea that's similar to eternity, but, kind of hard to put a pin in. Or something in English. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know what the Pyro Archon is all about.
Pyro Archon. She's called the God of War.
Interesting.
But I don't know if that's just like the colloquial, because like Zhongli is also called the God of contracts, but it's like the concept is order. And
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Raiden is called the god of eternity, but the concept is preservation. Wisdom is wisdom.
Because they get called a lot of things, you're right. And it's like I don't even know if I don't know if like wisdom even is Nahida's like I don't know if she's actually like the god of wisdom.
No,
like,
she's
I don't know if she has
god
any
of wisdom. They definitely play into that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's like, I don't know if like practically speaking, she's actually the god of wisdom, or if it's just kind of like, I don't know if it's prescriptive or descriptive. Like it could just be describing the fact that she is a living Akasha terminal, and it's like it's not necessarily that it's her godly powers, it's just that she is very wise because of all the stuff she does, like I said, I think prescriptive versus descriptive is what my argument.
So we're thinking like prescriptive, it's the god of the element, animo, geo, electro, hydro, dendro. But then it's descriptive, it's about what they value and what they instill in their country. I think I think that makes more sense, because otherwise I'm like at a loss for trying to understand why the 7 seats would be chosen to be these things.
It's more just personality traits, I guess, or something like it happens to be this way.
Yeah, perhaps. I guess we'll find out more as we continue in this stupid game. It's a good game. I like it. The lore sometimes can get really convoluted.
Yeah, the lore isn't always easy to care about. But the thing is, so like to continue yapping about this trailer, dear God, I am excited for Natlan. It's like, even for some reason, like Sumeru and Fontaine have really instilled in me like a lot of confidence in the Hoyoverse team to give me something that I care about. Like, even though I'm not super excited about the characters or the region really in general, like there's a lot of reasons I feel like a lot of things about Natlan are not like gripping me like Sumeru and Fontaine did, but I'm like super confident that it's gonna be good, I guess, and like in some way, like the characters, for example. I really believe that like even though the characters aren't like gripping or like, you know, my favorite things in the world just from the trailer, I just believe in my heart of hearts that the characters are going to be good and that they're going to be like written at least better than, you know, characters in the past. You know, like I think that they're getting better at characters, not worse.
I do think they're getting better at characters. I don't know if they're getting better at story, but
the story is probably still going to not be, you know, like I think that the story peaked in Sumeru, and I don't think Hoyoverse is going to figure that out. So that's, you know, I think that they've got different ideas on like what makes a good story than me, but they don't have different ideas on what make good characters. So I think that that's my expectation, is that my expectation is that I'm going to feel the same way about Natlan as I feel about Fontaine at the end. Like when Natlan's over, I'm going to be thinking back over Natlan, thinking to myself, wow, those characters were great, and the story was pretty mediocre. And that's that. You know? And I think that that's pretty much how I'm going to feel about most of, you know, most of the stuff. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I could be proven wrong. You know, maybe the plot is going to be fantastic. You know, I've got my suspicions, but you know,
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, because like Fontaine's plot theoretically is something that I'm super interested in. You know, like I am invested in Fontaine's plot, having to do so much with Farina, for example. But it's like
Anavia.
Even then, it wasn't my favorite thing. You know, I feel like they mishandled the plot a lot. Mm-hmm. So
they mishandled it a lot. I think the bones, some of the things we just talked about, right? The bones of what does justice mean have been good. And I think in every region, the bones of what does the theme mean have been handled really well. Like, what is freedom if you don't actually have any choices? What is... I guess, I don't know, in Liyue, what is order? I'm not sure how well explained that was. Like, do you need a ruler for order, I guess is what they were exploring. I'm not sure.
I don't really, I think that they might have contradicted themselves a lot in that one.
Yeah, I'm taking that one back. Liyue, I'm not sure what their point of exploring that was, but what is, you know, is preservation worth it if you miss the growth that comes with letting things change? What is wisdom worth if you don't have emotional intelligence or kindness, you know? And then what does justice really look like? Or what is restorative justice, you know? When it's built on an injustice. Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, you're right. Some of the themes end up turning out very well. I don't know if they know why that is, though, is the problem. So,
I think they probably have somebody, especially I feel like in Fontaine, what is justice when power is gained unjustly was really explored.
Yeah, you're right that there's like at least for Fontaine's Archon quest, there was at least one dude back there that knew what a theme was.
Yeah,
there was at least one.
And I think Sumeru tackled that really well too, because it was like, what is wisdom and how is it different from knowledge? Because knowledge alone is folly; it's not wise. I think they have started really to tighten up on the themes and do all the things that occur around the theme being explored make me happy. Absolutely not. But I do think that there's at least one guy going, okay, but what is eternity? But what is wisdom? Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got faith, you know, I've got faith that that Natlan will give us some stuff that we really like, at least. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that the region isn't going to come and go without giving us stuff that we like, you know, like it's not, you know, I'm very confident that there's going to be some things that we really, really like, even if, you know, it doesn't, even if it doesn't look that way a lot right now, you know, I don't know. And I don't want to I feel like I'm really negative on the trailer. but I'm not, like I'm in a pretty good mood about it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that honestly, what it really is, like what it comes down to it is just that Fontaine's trailer, like whenever we first saw like its 2D trailer was absolutely phenomenal. And like respectfully, like direct comparison to the Natlan trailer, it's kind of hard to even compare the two.
Yeah, because that had Navia jumping off the building and Charlotte taking her picture and Farina. Yeah, that trailer was maybe the most hyped trailer, teaser trailer that Genshin's ever done. That one was really good.
Yeah. And, comparison isn't, we don't need to compare it that much.
Yeah, Thief
but
of Joy
really
or
it
some
is
shit.
kind of, yeah. So let's move on to the ship of the week this week. And we'll try a little bit of a different strategy this time. Mostly just, because of some specific fan art we saw of Freminet and Fischl that was very cute. Let's attach ourselves to not Freminet Fischl, but just Freminet. What are Freminet's shipping options, and which ones are our favorite?
Yeah.
And obviously we saw some fantastic fan art of Fischl grabbing hold of Freminet, but the clear option we got from the Archon quest, though, was definitely Charlotte.
Charlotte for sure. And they have voice lines about each other where I don't remember what is it, the dynamic.
It's like he's like, yeah, she always tries to get me to talk, and I guess that's okay. And she's like, yeah, he's kind of hard to crack, but it's fun. Right. I think that's kind of,
yeah, she thinks he's really, really interesting, and wants to get to know him more, but he's like, a Fatui agent, and is like, I don't know how much I can say to her. It freaks me out a little bit that she wants to get to know me so bad.
Yeah.
They're cute.
I will never, I frequently in my mind go back to how Lynette was just the best wingman ever for Freminet. She like full ass, like goes over, grabs Charlotte. She's like, hey, let me introduce you to my brother. And then she's like, okay, bye. And like, she just like leaves as soon as she's like, hey, Charlotte, this is Freminet. He's cool. All right, I'm going to go talk to Lenny now. She just leaves.
Yeah.
And I really, that was great. Like, I loved it.
Yes. I like Freminet and Charlotte a lot. There's also Freminet and Clarand, because we know like she saved his life and he gave her like thank you cookies about it or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. He gave her a gift. It might have been some sort of little mechanism, though.
Oh, maybe so.
Because that's how Freminet does.
Yes.
And then, yeah, Clarand is... She doesn't know what to do with that. Because, But, yeah. I love that Freminet just, like, gets put into positions where he just, like, has to talk to these, like, knockout bombshell girls all the time. And he's just like, I can't even talk. I can't talk to normal people. And, yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I also think Union would be a really fun partner for Freminet.
Some cryo boys.
Some cryo baby boys, some cryo great swords. I feel like Union needs a friend who, like Freminet, is like quiet and calm and still. And Freminet needs somebody gentle enough that it won't freak him out to talk to them all the time.
Yeah, I think you're right that like the Chungyun would be the right kind of friend for Freminet, because he can speak up for the two of them, because he's not shy at all and pretty outgoing, honestly. So it's like but he is very gentle.
Yeah, he's outgoing in a really gentle way. I think that pairing someone who's a little extroverted or outgoing with someone who's introverted and shy is a really great pairing, but you have to do it really gently, because if you pair, like, my worry with Freminet and Charlotte is that Freminet's needs won't get met because he won't express them. And Charlotte will just be so excited and so gung-ho that she'll like drag him around to places where he doesn't want to be, or like...
Yeah, she would definitely volunteer him for things he would not want to volunteer for.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she would push him in a way that she would think is helpful, but that would be too much for him.
Yeah, that's probably true. They would need to communicate some support.
Yeah, they would definitely need really strong communication. But I think like with someone who can be very outgoing, but also is very gentle, like Changhyun, it could be a really cute, really great pairing. I'm trying to think if there's someone else that would be a really good match in that same way. Like Venti, maybe?
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Venti can
sweet. Be pushy too, though.
He can be pushy, but he's also very sweet. He's got a very emotional side.
Yeah, Venti's emotionally intelligent for sure. It's just that I don't know if he always cares about like, I feel like he can deduce what people are feeling, and then I don't. Not that he's like mean-spirited, but I don't. I think that he's or selfish. I just think that Venti's kind of, kind of in it for themselves, kind of.
That's fair. You think they would be kind of a selfish partner?
Kinda, but not. I mean, okay, not really. I guess I'm just thinking about it in Freminet. Like, I don't know why I think Venti would be that way with Freminet only, because I don't think that they'd be that way with like other people. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
maybe I'm really just thinking that Venti wouldn't be that into Freminet. I think that's really what I'm kind of coming to.
Like, Freminet is kind of a pushover. Freminet needs somebody who wouldn't take advantage of that. And I think Venti may not take advantage of that, but Venti would probably be attracted to somebody who's got a little bit more like personal strength. Like,
yeah, I think that's really that's what I meant by all that, I guess. It's not that. Yeah, I think it's just Venti wouldn't be that interested.
Oh, do you know who would be a really sweet pick for Freminet? Is Kokomi.
Kokomi, huh?
Yes, he loves to dive, and she's like swimming, and they could just like read books together.
Yeah,
have gentle, soft-spoken conversations, because he wouldn't like everybody.
She's a good listener.
She's a great listener, and everybody in Kokomi's life is like always pushing her out of her comfort zone. And I feel like Fremi could be a good comfort person for her. And then she would also like, she could match that energy.
That is so true. They can just sit together in her little hideout cave, and Freminet can work on his little penguins, and she can read her books.
Yeah. And she'd be so excited every time he finished a penguin, want to help him name them.
I think that you're right. I think that this is a pretty good pairing. I like the diver thing, because she likes to spend a lot of time under the water, and so does he. So that good effort.
And the water around her island is so pretty. Like, I think they would both really enjoy swimming in each other's waters.
Yes, indeed.
Both as a euphemism and also as not.
Yeah. It rhymes. Yeah, you're right. That's a good pick. I feel like that's good.
Do you have any?
To meet.
They do need to meet. Do you have any strong contenders?
I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the Fischl thing, but Fischl has better kind of like kooky Yanfei. I think Fischl's just got like stronger contenders for her heart, but I do like the idea that Fischl and Freminet would be friends, at least.
I think they would be.
That fan art we saw was right.
I think they would be best friends. She'd like him.
Yeah, and the same sort of thing might apply, like you were talking about with Charlotte. How like Charlotte might just be a little too outgoing for Freminet's own good, Fischl would be the same way. You know, if they were friends, Fischl definitely would put Freminet in situations where he was uncomfortable in. But she could lead the way through and out of those situations too, though. Like, she wouldn't expect him to. You know, her expectations of him wouldn't be, you know, unfair. I don't think. It's just that he probably would end up in a lot of situations he wouldn't want to be in.
Yeah, I think he would. With Fischl as a friend, I think the balance is a lot better, because with a partner, there's like an expectation that you spend a lot more time together. And I feel like it's harder to say no to things that are uncomfortable. But Fischl would be cool if he was like, I've had enough for today. I'll see you later, you know, as a friend.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know about any other ones off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I think Freminet Charlotte is a good one. You know,
Charlotte is good. It's cute. I just worry about him.
yeah. We would worry about Freminet, but I think Charlotte, she's a good communicator. You know, I think that she'd figure it out, you know.
She's a great communicator. I think that would be the biggest hurdle early in their relationship, is her trying to push him too much. But, you know, he's with Lenny all the time. Lenny is a very outgoing, you know, out there, out front kind of person. And he gets on fine. He just kind of does his own thing. So I feel like if Charlotte would let him be her sweet little boo at home and not drag him out to things, that would be the happiest sort of.
Yeah. I think it could work. I think there's definitely a very like a clear path to happiness there that isn't too obstructed by things. Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying to think of like if Charlotte has ever shown a sign of of going easy on someone.
No.
I think that she.
Well, actually,
I don't really think so. She has refrained from pushing for interviews too hard, meaning she only asked for them, you know, 1,000 times instead of more than that. But like,
actually, we know from voice lines that she will not ask Clarand for an interview because Clarand has publicly stated that she will not do interviews. She doesn't push on that at all.
Yeah.
And we were kind of upset about that. We thought that there should be a dynamic where she's still getting the scoop on Clarand anyways, but...
Because she does do that. She definitely pursues people without clear consent. Like, she's around taking pictures all the time. That's been established. But you're right, though, that she did kind of specifically mention Clarand as, like, off limits because of Clarand's stated...
Right. She's like...
It's like she'll push the limits. If you don't say you're not interested, then, you know, then that's a maybe. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's...
Yeah, she's like, Clarand is so cool, but, you know, I won't ever ask her for an interview because I know that she doesn't give them. And then Clarand's line about her is like, I don't give interviews, but if I ever were to give one, it'd be for Charlotte because I know that she's fair and balanced or whatever.
TM.
Mm-hmm.
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 Okay.
My kittens are crying. I've closed them out too long.
Oh no. Well, we can end it there. I think that's a good exploration of all of Freminet.
Yeah.
I don't think we're missing anyone.
He just hasn't met very many characters yet. I'm sure as we go on and they bring him back for stuff that they're going to create some new dynamics for us to explore, but
he's an easy guy to ship with people, I think, because there's like a clear dynamic there. Like, like he's the quiet one that can be paired with any other one, you know, like there's the quiet and loud one. There's the double quiet, you know, like, it's kind of easy to, I think he's going to be easy to ship.
I think so too. And it's just so easy to be sweet to him. I think we're going to get inadvertent ship bait all over the place.
Yeah, maybe. I heckin' love Freminet. Freminet is great. I love playing him too. I think his playstyle is really fun.
He's
I
great.
know he's not like super popular, but
I wish I enjoyed Claymores or Cryo very much because
Right.
I like
Yeah.
Fremi, but it's just not in the cards for me, unfortunately.
yeah. Well, that makes sense. It's all good. He knows you love him.
He knows I love him.
All right. We're out of here. Good night, babies.
Final thoughts? Don't go to
Final
sleep
thoughts.
yet,
Yeah,
babies.
jeez. Holy moly. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm excited for Natland, no matter what I say. that's I feel like I'm very surprised about all the medium criticism it's getting, and I feel like that's where I want to be. I want to identify as someone who's excited with some mild criticism. That's my final stance. I'm super excited about some of the characters. I think Sitlali, I'm excited for. I'm willing to put my primos down for Sitlali. So
That's exciting.
I'm looking forward to that. That's my. There is at least one character that I'm super looking forward to, and then other characters I'm trying to be open minded about. The Dio wannabe and the Clarand wannabe. That's we'll see.
Definitely. My final thought is that Aja looks cute. The little pixel dragon.
The Overlord.
The little pixel dragon Overlord. I'm kind of a sucker for an all-powerful force reduced to a very silly form. So I'm really hopeful that he's a lot of fun. Additional final thought. In Zinless Zone Zero, Mr. Panda, upon further inspection, has stitch marks up his back. Like, I think he's a stuffed animal. And some of the other voice lines sort of imply that it seems that children and other patrons leave things in front of Mr. Panda to make him look like he's enjoying an afternoon snack and a coffee. So I do believe that he's a stuffed animal. There is another branch of the coffee shop in another part of the map. There's like another pedestrian area that I've unlocked recently. And there is no Mr. Panda at that branch of the coffee shop. So I think this is specific to the coffee shop on 6th Street. Somebody has been continuing this bit for God knows how long. He's a staple of the community. Mr. Panda for mayor. Thank you. That is my time.
So are your plans to kidnap him still in effect, or are you going to maybe lay off since he's such a pillar of the community?
I think my plans right now are to begin leaving tributes to my new god, Mr. Panda, upon his table, as others have taken upon themselves to do, in the hopes that, in fact, he is somehow sentient and I can befriend him. We will see about what occurs later.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. I hope that I hope that Mr. Panda hears your prayers.
Mr. Panda, King Hoyo, please.
Alrighty.
All right, now you can go to sleep.
Well,
good night, babies.
Yeah. Good night. Sweet memes, everyone.